I wanted to do kind of a no foundation makeup routine. Well, it's not no foundation, it's minimal foundation, I should say. Last week I went to the beach with my family and I was doing this type of makeup look a lot last week, and I was thinking, wow, this is actually working. Let me I wanted to do a tutorial for you, and I wanted to use all drugstore makeup because I got some requests to do makeup tutorials with drugstore only makeup. So I wanted to do a summer no foundation, well, minimal foundation look using all drugstore. And this is perfect if you're over 40, you don't like to use a lot of foundation. Like myself, lately I haven't been really into packing on the foundation. I feel like it's 105 degrees in Southern California. Every time I go out, I feel like my makeup is gonna melt off my face because it's so hot. So I feel like this is really working, and so I wanted to share it with you. If you are not into heavy foundation, you don't have to put a foundation on or any makeup on if you're going to the beach. That is totally up to you. For me, I just put it on because we were just walking around and we were having a good time. You know, walking on the beach and things like that. So it wasn't like I was in the water or anything like that. I probably wouldn't put a full face of makeup if I was going in the water. I would just probably skip all of this actually. But if you are just out and about, you want a nice summer kind of minimal foundation kind of look, then this would be your type of makeup tutorial. If you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and push that button and subscribe to my channel. And if you are subscribed, please hit the button that says the bell button. That will notify you every time I upload a video, so you don't miss any of my new videos. If you like drugstore videos and tutorials, please leave a comment in the comment section below so I know that you're interested in them. I know some people asked on Instagram that they wanted to see that, so I'm asking you here. If you are interested in more drugstore, please let me know in the comments below so I can make more of them. This is going to be kind of a try on for me too. It's kind of a new thing for me because some of these products are new. Some of them were given to me, some of them I bought myself. So it's kind of a different variety of things, some new, some old. So let's get started with this tutorial. I'm going to use this Maybelline Master Prime primer. It is a blur and illuminating primer. Last week we took some time off. We went to the beach because Ariana had time off from school before summer school started. We were gonna do stuff, and even though we're still gonna go to the beach, we just wanted to make it more fun and hang out outside. So I did a lot of makeup looks without foundation, and I thought that this then that's why this idea came to mind, to do this kind of a makeup tutorial for you. And this I just prime my face, just the areas that I have enlarged pores. I'm priming it with the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. I love this primer, the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. It's my favorite drugstore primers out there. And I just put it, place it where I really need it, in the enlarged pore areas, around my nose, and I put a little bit on my forehead. And I feel like this just does such a great job covering up and just making everything look so much nicer. I haven't done talk through makeup tutorials for a while, so this is kind of I'm kind of like all over the place, I feel, but maybe not. So I'm gonna get some of this BB cream, and this is an e.l.f. foundation brush. It's kind of a dome brush. I really like using it. It kind of does a great job applying the foundation. This color might be a little bit too light for me right now because I've been out in the sun, but I am going to bronze, and by the time I'm done with everything, it's not gonna look this light. But actually it's not too bad actually. This is a Physicians Formula Super BB, and it's Insta Ready, and this one is in color light medium. I probably would do better with a medium right now, but I'm just gonna go with it. I put a little bit. I'm not even putting a lot. This is all I'm gonna use. Just kind of give myself the lightest coverage, because I don't want this to be too thick, because once my face starts sweating, then everything will lift off and it won't look nice at all. So I'm just barely putting a little bit on the brush and just kind of brushing around. And what I'm gonna do is afterwards, I'm gonna go in and conceal the areas that I want to conceal. Oh, by the way, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible. This is the total cover. It's their color correcting. I'm only using it under my eyes, and I'm using the salmon color so it doesn't look too white, because if I'm not wearing foundation, I don't want to make my concealer too different of a color, because that way it's really gonna look fake and it's gonna show up on it's gonna really look like a contrast, like I'm really wearing makeup. So I'm trying not to put too much concealer. I'm gonna use this color because I feel like this color matches more on my skin tone, and I'm only putting it here, and I'm just spot correcting this area. I'm only brightening the inner corners because I don't want to put too much here anymore. I already put that salmon color concealer. If you have a little bit of redness, or if you feel like you need to conceal your nose, you can do that. I'm just going to use a little bit of that same, this is the Infallible L'Oreal number 220. I'm going to put this color around my nose because I feel like this color is a little bit brighter, but I can make it blend into my skin better. So, and I'm going to put a little bit on top of my nose, just because my nose sometimes gets really red and I don't like that. If you have any blemishes or things like that, you can always cover that. I think I'm going to just cover this. I feel like this coloration never goes away. So I'm going to put that, dab it on there. And I'm going to put a little bit here just to brighten it up. Ariana's watching TV. I don't know if you can hear it, but she's watching her favorite shows. She's really into sitcoms. So she watches Disney sitcoms. If you can hear that, that's one of her shows that she's watching. I have a little pimple happening here. It's not quite out yet, but I'm just going to spot it right there. I'm using this new Maybelline Fit Me loose finish powder. This is their new powder that has color pigmentation in it, and it has, I'm not sure how many colors. I think there were 7 or 8. I can't remember how many colors they have, but I'm using the light medium one, and I really like it. This is a brush, a Tarte brush, I think. It's a blush brush, but I use it for under my eyes because it kind of fits really nicely under my eyes. So I'm just gonna powder right here where I concealed my eyes, under eyes. If you're really oily, you could powder more, but I'm only oily in my T-zone, so I'm just gonna cover those areas and put some on my chin because that's where I get oily too. Sometimes I end up not even putting bronzer on, so today I'm gonna put a little bit of bronzer because I feel like this foundation is a little too light. So this is a Maybelline. This is their new bronzer, and I'm putting that. I'm gonna get this brush here. It's just kind of bronzing my skin and making my skin look like I got some sun, because I usually don't tan on my face and my neck area, and so I need to put some bronzer on my neck and my chin and around my face, just to make it look a little bit more like it matches with my own skin, like my body. And I do put a little bit of it on my forehead, just on the sides. I don't do it all over. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I usually don't. So I'm just gonna show you what I usually do. I found that because I have gray hair, I tend to look a little bit more washed out, and I feel like with bronzer you can bring a lot more color into your face and kind of frame your face. It looks much better. I feel like it looks much better with gray hair. So that's why I always bronze. I never used to bronze before when I had dark hair, and now I can't live without it. I am going to pull some of this color and put it, I think this is actually a highlighter though. Let me see. Yeah, it's kind of actually a little bit of highlighter. It's not those like beaming highlights. This one is the lighter one. You see, it has more shine to it, and this one is more wearable if you're going to work kind of highlighter where you don't want to look like you're wearing a highlighter. It looks like there's like little tiny glitters on this, but when I swatch it, I don't even see it. So I think I'm going to use this to kind of bronze on my nose just a little bit, just kind of make it look like almost like blush, but not really. I don't really like products that have glitter in them, but I feel like it's doing a great job with looking bronze. Actually, I did my eyebrows, if you didn't notice. I did do the tip of my eyebrows. I do them typically after I do my bronzer because I don't want it to wipe away, because I do have to draw it in because I'm missing that part of my brows. To make my brows stay on better, I'm going to use this Pixie by Petra Brow Tamer. I'm just going to put it on top right here. Actually, I was kind of toying between the Milani one and this one, but since it's summer and I want to keep it more warm, I think I'm going to use this eyeshadow. And I have swatched this before. It's not very intense. It's not very intense, at least on me. So I always 90% of the time use this NYX eyeshadow base, and I don't know if there's a color on it. Oh, it's ESB03 eyeshadow base, skin tone. I like it because it kind of works as a concealer, but it doesn't crease on you. Your eyeshadow will not crease on you if you have oily eyelids, and I do have oily eyelids, especially in this area here. I always crease if I don't wear this base, so I have to always wear a base no matter what if I'm putting on eyeshadow. Then I'm going to use this shade here to kind of go over all over the lid. So I'm going to do this kind of business right here. I'm going to do this. You don't have to be precise because it's just going to be all over the lid. I think it's a nice base color to just kind of even things out and make your eyeshadow base set. I'm going to put this color in the crease. You want to define your crease if, especially if your eyelids are getting hooded. I feel like mine over the years have been getting more hooded. Before it was more deep, and now I feel like this skin is starting to come down a little bit. So I like to always put some sort of a color in the crease, and I'm going to go lightly because this is very dark. So I'm going to just kind of lightly put this in my crease and just start from the outer part of your eye and kind of move in. Just in case if your shadow is too dark, you don't want to put your eyeshadow right there, because then you get a big dark spot there and then you really can't go back from there. And this is actually a Morphe brush, but I don't know what number it is. Oh, it's a Morphe S21. I am not affiliated with Morphe. I don't have any codes or anything like that. So I'm just going to tell you what the numbers are, and you can go to their website. Or if you are in Los Angeles, their store is in Burbank, so you can go there and get it. See, the good thing about going lighter is that you can always build up on that color. So right now, I feel like I want to deepen that color. I can do that. But if you go too fast and if you put your brush in really hard, then you get too much color. You can't go back. It takes a while to kind of cover it up and just make it easy for yourself. I'm going to take this color that's brighter. I'm going to put that right in here to brighten up my eye. I'm going to put this color on my eyelid. I'm going to tap it off because it looks like it might have some fall off. So I'm going to just put a little bit of this brown color right under, just to create a slight shadow, but you don't want to do it too dark if you are going for a natural look. Don't Don't go too dark under your eyes. I'm just putting it on the outer V just to make it stand out more, make my lash line look a little bit fuller, but I'm not putting too much. You want your upper lash line to be darker than your lower lash line. So if you're gonna put a little bit there, do put a little bit on the corner right here to lift your eye up like that. For mascara, I'm gonna use this mascara from Shea Moisture. It's called Absolute Volumizing Mascara. It's not, it says black, but it's not very, very dark black. So it's kind of, to me, it's a very soft black, which is great because for a natural look, I feel like it looks really nice. So I put more coats on the top lashes than I do on the bottom lashes. That way it doesn't look too dramatic on the lower lashes. Put the highlighter lightly on the tip of the brush, tap it off, and kind of brush on top of the cheeks. When I swatch it, it's very pigmented. You see how gold it is? So you don't need to really dig in with this highlighter, and this is called Master Chrome number 100. It's called Molten Gold. I'm going to put a little bit, like a dot, on the tip of my nose, just slightly, and just kind of go like this. And gonna put a little bit on the top of my lips, not too much. Woo, that's too much. You see, that's too much. Okay, let's tone it down. Actually, you know what? Now that I look at it, I don't want to do matte lip. I think I want to switch it up, and I want to do this actually. I'm gonna use this lipstick. This is in color, what is this color? It's a Maybelline Vivid Hot Lacquer, and I don't know what color this is. It's called Too Cute. It's a really pretty pink, and I just line my lips with this NYX lip liner, so I feel like it's gonna look good on top of it. So we'll see. Ooh, it's pretty, very pink. Actually, it's not bad. Since it's summer, I think shiny lips are nice. This is my go-to summer look. Now, if you want to add more dewiness to your skin, you can spray some mist. Actually, I think I will do that right now. I'm gonna use this Pixie Glow Mist. I really like their mist series. They have 4 or 5 different moisturizing spray mists, and I really like this one over makeup. I hope that you enjoyed this minimal foundation tutorial. I don't know why I'm doing this. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Previously, I did some lipstick swatches, like try-on swatches. If you like drugstore, if you like high-end, I will link some of those videos in the description box of all those swatches and things like that in the description box, so you can go ahead and check those videos out, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.